Hey everyone, you listen to Nerd Boys Comic Blog. I'm Marco.
Hey, it's me, Charles.
Charles is back. He's back from hiatus.
The dead.
He's back from the dead. Oh, what a crazy week that was.
Oh, the Lazarus Pit, man.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Secret Empire?
Okay, to keep everyone updated, I've officially told myself I will keep in touch with comics and the main stories, but because of my busy schedule, I won't get comics every week. But unless it's something hardcore, like, Side Tangent, The Oz Effect, that drew me in. So I'm probably going to keep up with that. Secret Empire, I was like, I'm going to wait until the trade come out, but I'm probably not going to get the trade from what I've been hearing.
You could skip out on Secret Empire. Just go straight to Marvel Legacy.
Okay. Well, it all depends.
Also, skip Generations.
Okay, well, what happened with Generations?
They're all one-shot side stories that don't matter.
Like Secret Empire.
Like Secret Empire,
Okay,
yeah.
so tell me, what's been going on with Secret Empire? Because from what I've known up until this point, it was literally to bring everything together with, like, Steve Rogers, being Hydra, and, like, continuing on from after Civil War 2.
This is the culmination of all the Captain America Steve Rogers and Captain America Sam Wilson run from Nick Spencer.
Okay.
But from the very start, I was like, okay, he's evil. He's evil Captain America. He's Hydra Cap. But let's see where this goes. It went nowhere. Nothing was accomplished. It sucked.
Wow.
Not as bad as Civil War 2.
Did Nick Spencer write this?
Nick Spencer wrote the whole thing.
You know what? I feel like Marvel had, like, large hands in, like, in the pot. Because I feel like everything that led up to this, even like his tie-ins to like Civil War 2, it was just like, these are better comics than the main event. And when like Secret Empire, people were talking about, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be like the like epic like crossover like for the year. And I guess it like flopped.
Yeah, well, first off, it didn't need to be an event. It could have easily just been a storyline in the Captain America books.
Okay.
Because so many characters are just shut out of the book entirely. And this could have been like, it affects everything, but everyone is outside of the bubble. Literally at some point.
Well, yeah, I know about that. Like, I guess Carol Danvers, she couldn't get back in, and she was trying to get help from people. And I guess that's like another, like, tie-in where people were like, space people were like, oh, snap, you mean to tell me Earth is just up for grabbing? Okay, but you can't get into the planet.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And also, a lot of people complain, it's a political story, we don't want to hear a lot of that. Marvel, they dip their toes in political stories like Civil War, and it worked, well, it mostly worked back then. It's kind of like a commentary on post 9/11 America or whatever. If someone who's writing a story like that can pull it off without being preachy, it kind of works. Or if they don't go in over their head and actually understand the issues, it kind of works. Nick Spencer feels like, one, he's trying to be way too preachy. And two, he's in over his head.
Yeah, I mean, like, right now, I think the issues that, like, people are dealing with when it comes to, like, political things, I mean, first of all, there's too many SJWs. And because of social media and the internet, which is much more stronger than it was back then, everybody have an opinion, and everybody believe their opinions is facts.
Yeah.
So I'm all up for like keeping politics out of comics unless it's something that really like if it's a dire issue like Civil War. Not only was it like a great like crossover, but I mean at the time it was powerful. It was sending a powerful message on what happened when the government give you two options. What do you do? Like, that's all you can do. Like, there is no, hey, I'll just stand in the gray area. No, you either choose, the black and white, and that's it. That's all you have.
Yeah, but both sides have, like, equal value, kind of. Because they both have their pros and cons. Secret Empire kind of feels like a sequel, a direct sequel to Civil War, funny enough.
I mean, well, you even said it, like, I guess Captain America became Iron Captain America.
Yeah, Hydra, Iron Captain America. And they repeat a lot of the same imagery.
Oh, I was so, like, okay, that happened towards the end, but, like, just continue.
Yeah, so it feels like that because you have Hydra Cap versus AI Tony Stark, but you also have Hydra Cap versus Sam Wilson. Spoilers, you also have Hydra Cap versus Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
So it's like every possible combination of Civil War.
How long have the last issue been out?
Omega came out this week.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're talking about now.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's like pretty much like the final
Yeah, that's the cutoff.
Okay. So, explain to me what's been going on in Secret Empire.
Okay, so Secret Empire, it's the culmination of everything. Hydra Captain America, turned evil by the sentient cosmic cube, Kobik. He now thinks he's a Hydra agent. He also thinks that America lost World War II and that Hydra is the true victor, but the Americans invented the cosmic cube to change history, so he's very driven to make America Hydra again.
Oh, God.
And he...
Hey, whoa. That was the wrong choice of words.
Oh, wrong choice of words. But he, in his crazy...
Get that put on a red hat.
He wants to kind of remake America in the way it should be. He thinks Hydra is the best way to do it. Through a bunch of events in the Captain America books, Steve Rogers is made the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Maria Hill's been kicked out, and everyone's giving more and more power to Captain America.
Oh, no.
And with unchecked power comes some consequences.
And that's how we got the prequels to Star Wars.
Yeah, that's basically the prequels to Star Wars.
Unchecked power, things go wrong.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Continue.
Also, funny enough, unchecked power from, George Lucas, that's how you get bad prequels.
Yeah.
But issue 0, Free Comic Book Day, and issue 1 could all be summed up in this. You have 3 major battles going on, one in space.
Okay.
There's a Chitauri invasion coming because Earth has one of the eggs.
Mm-hmm. What?
Earth has a Chitauri queen egg. So the Chitauri are going to come to Earth and basically vaporize it within 5 hours of landing, and just to take the queen egg away from us.
Does Steve have something to do with that?
Yes, he does.
Of course.
So he orchestrated a Chitauri attack, unbeknownst to all the heroes. So we have all the cosmic level heroes out there trying to defend Earth, and the plan is to make a global shield to lock out all the Chitauri. You also have a Manhattan attack. There's an invasion of the Masters of Evil, basically a bunch of supervillains teamed up, and they're like, hey, we're going to attack Manhattan. All the street level heroes are dealing with that.
Good God.
Meanwhile, your Avenger level heroes are all kind of teaming up with S.H.I.E.L.D. for some Hydra battle. Hydra's taking over a helicarrier. Everything seems to be lining up. Steve Rogers is putting everyone, like all the chess pieces where they should be. The heroes think they're winning, when actually they're just being put where they should be. All the heroes in Manhattan are being drowned in the Dark Force by a character called Blackout. Carol Danvers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Alpha Flight, they're all being locked out in space by the bubble. And then you have Hydra basically taking over all the helicarriers. Steve Rogers is now president of the United States because of this attack. Apparently the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a crisis due to the S.H.I.E.L.D. Act is now acting president. So everyone has given Hydra Cap all this authority. He's now in charge of America. And 8 months later, he's now in classrooms. They're teaching that Hydra is right, America's wrong. Everyone hails Hydra instead of the Pledge of Allegiance. And Inhumans are being imprisoned. Mutants have their own kind of situation going on. They have like a city to themselves now.
Okay, out of all this bad, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks that it took for Hydra Cap to be like, mutants have rights too.
Mutants, forget the Inhumans. We'll put them in like internment camps.
I mean, technically that's what like Marvel wants to do, but they can't because they don't have the rights to X-Men.
But yeah, that's pretty much issues like 0, Free Comic Book Day, and 1. Oh, by the way, Steve Rogers picks up Thor's hammer, like Jane Foster Thor.
What?
Yeah, so Steve picks up the hammer. It's a trick, by the way. I'll tell you guys later how that happens and how that comes about. But he does pick up Jane Foster's hammer, takes away from her. She goes into another dimension.
Change back to Jane Foster?
No, she actually is Thor in that dimension. As soon as she gets out, she becomes Jane Foster again. The Vision, he's corrupted by an AI. Scarlet Witch is possessed by a demon. And Thor, Odin's son, because Cap has lifted the hammer, he's like, oh, well, Cap must be worthy. This must be the right side. I should team up with him. Plus, if I play my cards right, maybe he'll give me my hammer.
He's like, no, I'm just playing a waiting game.
Yeah. Plus, for all you Spider-Man fans, don't worry, he's not on this storyline. Peter Parker is actually dealing with his own company over in China, and he's fighting Dr. Octopus for some reason.
Wow.
Just because Dan Slott wants to be involved, but doesn't want to be involved.
Yeah,
and he also wants to get rid of Parker Industries.
Yeah. Marvel want to get rid of Parker Industries.
Yeah, for Marvel Legacy, you gotta have Parker Industries destroyed so we can get back to the status quo. So basically, all our heroes are locked away, put away somewhere else, except for your major Avengers characters like AI Tony Stark. You have Black Widow, Hawkeye, a few C-listers like Scott Lang, the Champions. They're all surviving under what's called the Underground. They're the resistance forces operating out of a mountain base close to Las Vegas. Rick Jones, who's been captured and kind of held by Hydra, he hacks into the Hydra systems, sends information to this one random kid who we'll never see again after like issue 1 or 2.
I remember seeing that, like, because I think that was issue when that happened.
Issue 1, yeah, I think.
Yeah, because I remember like skimming through that, and then that's when Cap was like, Rick, man, all you gotta do is apologize. This can be fixed.
Yeah.
And like I thought that kid was gonna play like a major part in the story. You mean to tell me he does nothing?
He does nothing, and Rick Jones is killed at the end of issue 1.
Yeah, I seen that, that sucked.
Yeah, that's one of the only deaths that really sticks in Secret Empire. You'll find that out at the end. Like, for some reason, Kobik's like, oh, forget Rick Jones. Yeah, so this kid brings all the information to the Underground, the champions, and they bring him back to the base. AI Tony Stark, for some reason, is always drunk, even though he's an AI.
Yeah.
I don't know why that works.
Makes no sense.
Also, he can only operate old Iron Man suits, so you always see him operating like the retro 60s suit.
I don't know if you remember this, but in like Invincible Iron Man, where Ironheart has currently taken over, he was actually controlling like new and updated suits to train her. But you know what?
Continuity. Who needs it?
Yes.
Nick Spencer's probably just like, Bendis does his thing, I do
Plot
my...
device.
Yeah, basically. It's just a cool way to differentiate between Ironheart and Iron Man, even though those two characters will not be on the same team whatsoever, because we're all splitting up. Once the information is given to the Underground that Captain America can be changed back using the fragments of the Cosmic Cube, we have two groups that split off.
Wait a minute, time out. This is the information that Rick Jones stole from like Hydra's database?
Yes, he stole information. I was like,
wait a minute, why is that even in their database?
I don't know.
Were they secretly planning to take out Cap just in case something happened?
I don't know, but one of the things I love about like Cap's cabinet that he has, he's got like Baron Zemo, Armin Zola, like some witch lady, I forgot her name. He has Kraken, a bunch of Hydra characters, and they all like love Cap for some reason now.
Well, I mean, it's to the point he's powerful. It's like...
He did take out the Red Skull.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, if I'm part of an evil organization and I really have no morals whatsoever, and the most powerful leader that I thought we had was killed by someone else... Oh no, he's my best friend now.
Yeah, we've been childhood friends forever.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if you ever remember like childhood TV shows. Whenever that took place, and like there was a new leader that stood in for the previous evil one.
Starscream.
Like, yeah. It's like, oh hell, this new leader.
Oh, all hail Starscream. All hail, not Shredder. Whoever took up for Shredder. Anyway,
Shredded.
So we have two factions of the good Avengers. We have Natasha, who's like, no, we're going to kill Captain America because he is evil now. There's nobody to change him back. You have AI Tony Stark with Hawkeye and Scott Lang, and they're like, no, we got to at least try, right? There has to be hope.
Wow.
And Natasha runs off, does her own thing. Miles Morales will follow her because he knows in the vision that he had from Ulysses that he's going to kill Captain America on the steps of the Capitol building. He still thinks that's going to happen. Like, in his heart of hearts, he's like, no one's going to kill Captain America because I'm supposed to be the guy that killed Captain America. You know how it feels to be looked at and be like, people think I'm going to kill Captain America. Might as well, like, it's my destiny. I'm going to accept this. And then Black Widow's like, okay, kid. All the champions follow through with this plan. Like, for some reason they are against killing, but they want to side with her because Miles is there. By the way, in Secret Empire, there are way more characters who are champions than there are in the actual Champions book. You have, like, Falcon, the bird guy. Not Sam Wilson, but like a new Falcon. You have Ironheart.
Is she even so these are people who are not champions in the book, but champions in this, like, crossover. Yeah. Okay.
So, the undefeatable or the unstoppable Wasp, she shows up. By the way, she has a thing with Black Widow because they're both in the Black Widow program.
Oh.
And she's also Hank Pym's daughter, illegitimately. Yeah. Don't worry about that character.
Yeah,
you're not gonna give a crap about any of these characters, really. And then you have our AI Tony Stark group, who's basically going to use this information to find the Cosmic Cube fragments. They go to a contact, and the contact is Sam Wilson. He's going to help them get out of the United States to track down different fragments of the Cosmic Cube. Our first pit stop is Alaska.
Of course.
Alaska is where Ultron has been hiding. Hank Pym Ultron.
Why?
We take a weird detour into revisiting that really cool concept that has no place in this crossover.
None whatsoever.
No. Like, it's a cool scene, but it's also like, we spend a whole issue here.
Why Earth? Because, like, the last time we see him, he's, like, in space.
Yes. But apparently before the bubble went up, he came back to Earth and set up base in Alaska. And he hasn't done anything because he's like, it's much more fun watching you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is. It's like I feel like every 4 to 5 months, they're like, you know what? Let's just pit the heroes together and see who actually survived this.
Yeah.
Don't worry, though. We're going to bring them back.
Don't worry, the Cosmic Cube is going to fix everything. Except it won't. So Hank Pym has, like, this demented dinner party with all the Avengers. Mm-hmm. So he has, like, the possessed Scarlet Witch. He has Quicksilver, who's there on the good Captain America... Or no, technically the good Captain America side. AI Tony Stark side. Mm-hmm. Tony Stark is there as a hologram. Hank Pym, who's an Ultron now. Hydra Cap, and just all your classic Avengers characters are sitting there, and he's like, everyone looks so different. Like, what's up with that? I can't recognize any of you. Like, what the hell?
So, why did he capture all these people again?
Just to have, like, a weird dinner party / lecture. He's like, everyone, like, sides with Cap or Iron Man, but no one listens to me. I was a founding Avenger. Why does anyone listen to me? You guys suck. And then AI Tony Stark just starts laughing at him. He's like, wow, at first I really thought you were Ultron, but that's the most Hank Pym thing anyone's ever said in my life. Like, oof. They have a little bit of a spat, but then Scott Lang kind of talks him down because, like, you're a hero to me, all this stuff. And when I need motivation, I look for motivation from my daughter, Cassie. Mm-hmm. And I become a good man and become a hero for her. You should be a good man for Janet. I don't know how that works.
And don't even mention the fact that he has a daughter, which he probably don't even know about.
I don't think Ultron knows about that, so yeah.
Wow.
This is a weird detour, but they do get the Cosmic Cube fragment. Scott Lang is given the fragment by Ultron. Mm-hmm. Steve Rogers is like, what the hell? I thought we were cool, Ultron. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll see you guys, like, next year or something. I don't know.
And he just, disappears?
No, like, they all leave his fortress. Like, he'll just like, see you guys later. Whatever.
Oh, he's just like, thank you guys for coming to the dinner party. It's okay. Hey, I even got little gift bags for you guys. Go ahead. Doors right there.
Yes, and he gives the good Avengers a head start. He's like, oh, see you guys later. And then he's, like, talking to Cap for, like, a few panels.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me he is powerful to the point where Cap can't even do nothing against him?
I guess they have a treaty or something going on because he's letting him be in Alaska. And also it's like, it feels like Hydra's already spread pretty thin right now.
Well, yeah, he's already taken over the country. Now he's trying to take over the world.
Yeah, he already has an Ultron army set up. So if at any moment Cap wants to wage war, that's not going to go very well.
China.
Yeah, well, kind of.
You don't want these problems, America.
In, like, a 2-page thing, Atlantis was attacked for their Cosmic Cube fragment. You also have the Punisher going after Black Widow and the Champions.
Who's now, like, Iron...
No. I mean, this is before that.
Okay.
Right now, Frank is Hydra because he thinks Hydra is good. Because Cap's good.
Because he looks up to Cap.
Yeah, he has a hero worship for Cap. Me, as a Punisher fan, I think Punisher would do some critical thinking on this issue.
Yeah, he'd be like, wait a minute, this is wrong.
Wait, Hydra's Nazis. Cap is not a Nazi. Is this an LMD? Is this something? Like, do a little bit more research, Frank, before you side with the bad guys.
Plot device.
It is a plot device. Oh, I forgot to mention, more evil Avengers. You have Superior Octopus.
Of course.
Who was
So, did he come back during the Clone Conspiracy?
Yeah, at the end of Clone Conspiracy.
Okay, so he's pretty much cloning Peter Parker?
He's a Superior Spider-Man clone.
Okay.
With the octopus arms.
Okay, I guess that's the one good thing that came out of that.
Yes, and then you have Deadpool, who I guess already similar hero worship for Cap, maybe, even though he's Canadian.
Yeah, and I don't think he's ever mentioned that once.
Yeah, but also maybe just because he's a mercenary.
Yeah.
Cap's probably paying him well.
Very well.
Taskmaster, you familiar with him?
Yes.
Yeah, another mercenary. Black Ant, a.k.a. Eric O'Grady, the irredeemable Ant-Man.
Oh, so, wait a minute. Oh, that's a cool-ass name, Black Ant.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, well, eventually he became Hydra, I guess.
Oh, well, I mean, if the money's good.
Yeah. And then we have possessed Scarlet Witch, AI, Vision, and Odin's son.
Well, yeah, and I felt like most of the people are there, like, well, we're forced to be here, or we're actually getting pretty good. And I don't know about you, but when the world falls apart, I want to make sure my pockets are full.
Yeah. Oof. So I'm probably talking about like issue 4 by now. So issue 4 ends with the whole Ultron thing. Go into issue 5, which there's really nothing much there. There's a hint that there might be a traitor in the good Avengers side.
Uh-oh, is there?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you guess who it is?
Let me see. Name all the good Avengers again.
You have AI Tony Stark.
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Most likely.
Scott Lang, Quicksilver, and some Giant Man knockoff.
Oh, see, I would say Quicksilver, but at the same time, he probably will be doing it for his sister. Hawkeye, because him and, like, Natasha has a very close relationship. Scott Lang?
It's Scott Lang.
You're like, wait a minute, you done tied all these threads together. I'm like, nope, it's Scott Lang. Like, because he's the least obvious one.
Yes, that's exactly why. We also find out Tony
kidnapped his daughter.
They kidnapped his daughter.
Okay. You're like, wow, Charles, did you read this comic? No, I didn't.
Yeah. Tony was saying that he invented a device that would track down the fragments of the Cosmic Cube. That was a lie.
Dragon Ball scanner.
Yeah, it's also a lie because he just has the information where Hydra thinks the fragments are.
Okay.
So he's been pulling everyone along on these countless missions. Also, Hercules was on the Good Avengers team. They've been fighting all these different fights at different locations. Hydra's either beat them to the punch or the fragment was never there to begin with. Mm-hmm. And we have to regroup back at the Mount Olympus place. Was it Mount Olympus? I don't know. So the mountain hideout they had in Las Vegas. By the way, I forgot this. Steve Rogers blows up Las Vegas. As Hydra Cap, he blows up Las Vegas because that's the location of where the information went, and it's also kind of where the hideout is, maybe. So he just blows it up.
Good God.
And all the people who survive kind of go into the underground hiding place, the mountain location.
That's crazy.
Well, everyone is regrouping. We find out that the traitor is Scott Lang, but for like a few panels, everyone's pointing fingers. Is like, Quicksilver, you're probably the traitor because they have Wanda. Don't look at me. You might be a corrupted AI, Tony Stark. And he's like, what? You're not gonna run diagnostics on me, man. Like, I know I might act drunk, but I'm not. And then Scott's like, shut up, it was me. They have Cassie. They kidnapped her. There's a weird reveal at the end of issue 5 where you find out that Bruce Banner's alive. This comes out of nowhere, and it's never addressed after issue 6.
Oh, fucking of course.
Yes.
Like, they had to figure out a way to bring him back, so they had to just...
I don't know if this is Hydra magic or something else, but at the end of issue 5, Bruce is in a room, Hydra Steve is talking to him, and it's just like, hey, he just gives this huge speech, and Bruce is like, I'm not buying what you're selling. He's like, I wasn't talking to you, Bruce. I was talking to the Hulk. And he unleashes the Hulk on the mountain hideout that the Avengers have had, and boom, just bad stuff is happening. Odin's son in the middle of this fight is like...
Wait a minute, tell me. So Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk?
Bruce Banner, this weird resurrected Bruce Banner, turns into the Hulk, attacks the base. Odin's son has second thoughts, starts fighting the Hulk, and gives all the people who kind of survived that Las Vegas attack a chance to escape. In the middle of the Thor fight, for some reason this Hulk thing like fades to gray and like just dies or something, and we're never told, at least in the main series, we're never told what that was.
Oh, so it wasn't Bruce Banner.
It probably was, or maybe it wasn't, but it was like a resurrected Bruce Banner.
Probably a temporary clone.
A temporary clone, or maybe like Hydra was like, you know what, we could probably bring this guy back for like an hour. Do you want to use him?
I mean, that is, so they never actually explain that?
No, not in the main book.
Oh.
And I'm not going to talk about tie-ins. I don't want to talk about tie-ins.
I feel like if you're going to do something like that, like, I feel like it was only done for you to have to get the tie-in, and it's most likely not even in, like, Totally Awesome Hulk. It's probably some other book that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, Secret Empire had a lot of tie-ins. They had the Spider-Man one, you had Deadpool, a bunch of other weird, smaller ones. So I'm not going to try and track down where this Bruce Banner came from. I'm just going to hope that they explain it in, like, something else.
Or look on YouTube, because somebody probably discussed it.
Yeah, someone's probably like, oh, you guys didn't read Squirrel Girl number 17?
Yeah, it seemed like that's where they'll probably drop that at.
Or something dumb like that, like US Avengers number whatever. Yeah. But now we have, also, I forgot to mention this, there's also this, intermingled with all this is a kind of dream sequence, Steve going through, like, a wooded area, and he meets up with...
More flashback?
It's a weird thing that I'll explain at the very end.
Okay.
Because it only makes sense at the very end. So now we're going with the whole Natasha thing. She's been very adamant about killing Steve Rogers. She's like, I'm going to kill Steve. The champion's like, we're going to stop you, or we're going to find another way. She's like, whatever, kids. It's dumb why they would team up with the person who's so set on killing Steve Rogers.
Yeah, like, that makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Jeez. Issue 7 is where I think a lot of people just...
Gave up?
Gave up, because this is where you had the fight between Natasha and Cap, and also... Miles Morales and Cap. Miles is all for it. They kind of set up this operation where it's going to be Natasha and Miles going up against Captain America at Washington, D.C. At the last minute, Natasha locks up Miles. And he's like, wait, it's my destiny to do this. The vision, it happened. Like, I have to do this. Natasha goes after Cap on her own. Miles is locked up, and he's, like, trying to put in a passcode to free himself. He's like, if the vision says I'm supposed to be there, then anything I put in would be right. And so he just presses numbers as, like, booyah.
Wait, it unlocks?
It unlocks. He's able to get there. Miles and Cap have this big talk, and in the middle of the fight, Natasha jumps in the way, and Cap breaks her neck with his shield.
Wow.
So, Cap kills Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. Yeah. I'm skipping a lot of the back and forth arguing between Natasha and Miles.
Okay. It's okay, because it's probably stupid.
Yeah. It's mostly like just the champions being like, we can't do this anymore. You're making us torture people.
I mean, with Natasha being killed, you would think like people want to stick around.
Yeah. Oh, one thing Natasha did for some reason, it came out of nowhere. They freed this old man from a hospital, right? Turns out that old man was Mosaic. I don't know if you know about Mosaic. Yeah. So he's a human who like goes into people's bodies.
Yeah.
I guess Cap trapped him in an old man's body.
Oh, and like if he stays there and the old man dies, he dies.
Yeah. Yeah, Natasha freed him so he could help the whole attack on DC. Mm-hmm. So with his ability, he just like jumped in different Hydra soldiers and killed them. That's basically it. That's all that happens. The champions get caught because of this. Hawkeye loses his mind. He's like, I gotta avenge Natasha. Also, I skipped a Punisher Black Widow fight, which was kind of cool. Don't really get to see those characters fight that often. It only lasted like a page though.
I mean, still, Natasha get killed, but I mean, as you said at the very beginning, it all get erased. So
yeah, it does. Issues 8, 9, and 10 are just a bunch of fights. A lot of fights, like
nothing that's cool, just like
I mean they're kind of cool. You have this thing in Secret Empire, it's like a bunch of rotating artists. Mm-hmm. So you have Steve McNiven, Sorrentino's doing some art, Francis Yu, or I forgot his name, but Yu, he did a Secret Invasion.
Oh, okay.
He's doing some art in this one. It's like three of them kind of revolving around different issues. I think Steve McNiven's doing issue 8, which looks pretty cool. It's when they finally are like, Sam, we're counting on you. You're Captain America. You have to use the cosmic cube fragments that we have. You have to make this wish to like change things. You have to like turn the tide of the fight.
And what does he do?
He gets shot.
Oh!
Like everyone's in their bleakest moment.
Oh!
The Guardians of the Galaxy, they tried to get help from other planets. Mm-hmm. They couldn't because everyone hates Earth. On the way back, they did steal a few bombs that they're planning to shove into the shield to blow it up. That's one plan going on. Doctor Strange, he's made a deal with a bunch of magical creatures, kind of like magical stockbrokers or something, and they're like, we'll trade you your real estate, your Sanctum Sanctorum, for the spell you need to get out of the Dark Force. And he's like, deal. So you have Sam Wilson trying to kind of make a wish with the cosmic cube fragment that they do have. You have the Guardians and Alpha Flight trying to like blow up the shield. And then you have Doctor Strange trying to reverse the Dark Force thing, which I kind of forgot to mention this, but it's like such a small detail. Inside the Dark Force, Manhattan is under attack by demons constantly.
Oh.
The Defenders aren't really being super effective about it. The Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, is actually helping a lot of civilians out. He's like giving them medicine and food to gain favor in New York, because eventually everything will go back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to remember this, and they're going to be like, hey,
maybe we should have him as mayor.
The Kingpin's a good guy. He actually helped us out. The Defenders did, like, nothing.
Wow.
Well, that's the way they're going to see it once everything goes back to normal. Cloak and Dagger, like everything in the Dark Force is dark. It's up to Dagger to light up New York. Mm-hmm. It's taking a huge strain on her. By the way, this is going on for like a year. Secret Empire is about a year long in Marvel continuity.
Wow.
So it's a long thing. This fight goes on way too long. But yeah, Sam Wilson is shot, but using the Cosmic Cube fragment, he kind of like heals himself and things start getting better. Like Quasar, a cosmic level character, wakes up from her coma that she was in. Mm-hmm. In like issue 0 or 1, she gets knocked out by the Chitauri attack. She's about as strong as, she's like a Superman level character.
Oh, so she's just as strong as, what's his name? The one who fought the Hulk in
Hyperion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no, not Hyperion.
Sentry.
Yeah, Sentry.
Okay. I'd say she's about that strong, because she punches the shield and it goes down.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you have out of nowhere, the Blackout character, he is shot in the head by Maria Hill. Yeah, so that brings down the Dark Force. So all our street level heroes are back. All our cosmic heroes are back. Now we're just gonna fight.
Of course. And that's what, issues
8 and 9.
Okay.
At the end of 9 is when Cap comes out with his Hydra Man iron suit. It's powered by a cosmic cube. So
wait a minute, a whole cosmic cube?
Every piece of it except for the one that they have.
Wow.
So
wait a minute, so you mean to me the entire time the heroes only had one piece?
They only have one piece. Yeah, Namor gives them the piece that they have. Armin Zola, I guess, used an old Iron Man suit from like Civil War. Mm-hmm. And you'll notice a bunch of pages and a bunch of panels are just reflecting Civil War in issue 10.
Yeah, like the one where... Wait a minute, are we talking about now entering the other one?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
But we do have the Sam Wilson holding up the shield, and it's like blasting. I think also Steve Rogers is the one holding a shield too. But you have the final confrontation with Sam Wilson Cap finally accepting his role as Captain America. You have Hydra Cap trying to talk him into giving him the cube. And you have a little homage kind of to Infinity Gauntlet. And right there, you'll see... one page back, you'll see this is all just like panel for panel, a page from Infinity Gauntlet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like Marvel was trying to pay homage to like everything, but like fans were just like, no, it's just too far.
It's too late. Cap has already kind of turned a lot of reality into his perceived Hydra won the war kind of reality. And the last thing he needs is Sam Wilson's piece of the cosmic cube. Sam gives it to him, but little do we know, or little does he know, Scott Lang has shrunk down with the cosmic cube, and he's affecting it from the inside.
I'm not even going to ask these
questions. Well, he could
questions.
shrink down to a subatomic level.
The cosmic cube is something like beyond man's path. Like,
actually, it's kind of a man-made invention.
Oh.
Not like in the movies. Scott Lang brought in Bucky inside the cosmic cube.
Perfect person to bring.
Yes. Bucky goes into the cosmic cube, which is Kobik. That's the cube that Kobik is from.
Oh, okay.
Inside, for this whole time, there's been a Steve Rogers with the memories of the original Captain America. He's been kind of on a soul-searching journey this whole time. He's met up with Bucky and Sam Wilson inside the cube, and he fought the Red Skull. Now inside of the cosmic cube, he meets Kobik, and they go to this fountain which shows all his old memories. Bucky pulls him out of all this, and now we have the manifestation of the good Captain America fighting off with the evil Hydra Captain America, and it's crazy, weird, like, it's a good moment. Yeah, that's the moment from Civil War.
Yeah, like, when I seen that moment, and I was just like, for people who don't know, it's a moment where, like, evil Captain America, who has on an Iron Man suit, is pretty much shooting blasters, and the original Captain America has, I mean, you've probably seen it. If you didn't see the original comic, you've seen it in the movie. And seeing it here, as cool as I want this to be, this is blasphemy.
It's cool if it wasn't in the story.
Yeah. Like, it's honestly what made that moment great is now just being like laughed upon in this comic. God.
Yeah. During the whole thing, it's just Hydra Cap basically running Steve's name through the mud in both real life and in the comics. It's crazy. But yeah, you do have the moment where
he picks up Thor's hammer.
Yeah, Hydra Cap is trying to pick it up. Good Steve, is like, here, let me try. Beats him with the hammer, knocks the suit off. Everything's great and dandy. And we have all of our heroes kind of... They were erased, or a large majority of them were erased by Steve. And now they're brought back, and everything is a happy ending for the most part, except the only people who didn't get brought back are Rick Jones, Natasha Romanoff, and Las Vegas.
Wow.
We have this big happy page of, a bunch of characters, and I guess Kobik was like, you know what, let me give you a gift, which is called the Vanishing Point. All the legacy characters get to meet their original counterparts. Have a fun one-off adventure called Generations. Generations is honestly one of the worst and most pointless stories I've ever read. Like, I've read a few Generations stories, and I've heard a few reviews. They're pointless, don't need to be around. I think it's just Marvel trying to sell books. Because it's like, here's the old and new characters, except it's not how you do it. You don't just make it a one-off time travel story. You actually should bring some of these characters back.
Yeah. So that's Secret Empire.
Yeah. Oh, there's also an Omega issue.
Okay, what's the Omega issue about?
The Omega issue is evil Hydra Captain America is in prison.
Wait a minute, so there's still two Captain Americas?
There's still two Captain Americas. The evil one was not destroyed, not erased by Kobik. I don't know why, since she could easily erase him from existence, and there would be no repercussions for it.
And even erase the thoughts of him doing anything. Like, it could literally reset the Marvel Universe.
It could, but we're not going to do that for some reason, because Nick Spencer wants to keep these repercussions. Oh, I forgot to mention, the real ending of Secret Empire, at least in issue 10, the epilogue is a bunch of kids fighting, or like play fighting, and they're arguing over who should play with the Captain America toy.
Yeah, the Sam Wilson Captain America.
And you see that everyone has accepted Sam Wilson as Captain America, except he won't be Captain America in Marvel Legacy. He's going back to Falcon.
What?
So Marvel's like, screw you, Nick Spencer. No more of this. But Nick Spencer's like, come on, guys. Sam Wilson, though.
I mean, honestly, he should be made Captain America.
He should.
I mean, even though Captain America finally came back, I guess that's their way of saying, let's pass on the torch back to the previous owner.
Yeah. But Omega, it's basically good Cap breaking into prison to talk to Hydra Cap working out, having his weird Hydra tattoo showing up, and they're having an ideological conversation like, America is this, America is that, the weak should be destroyed, and the strong, I made everyone stronger, and that's why they sided with me, because I'm evil, and everyone loves evil. And it's like, it's dumbing it down to that, because that's all it is. It's just an argument between two of the same guy, except they have different views and opinions. Also, we found out Natasha is still alive. Bucky went to another country, saw an assassination, and was like, I know that shot, I know that timing, it has to be her.
Oh, of course.
And we see in a few Marvel Legacy covers that are coming out that she's alive, so... Yeah, the only people who stay dead are Rick Jones in Las Vegas.
Because they mean nothing to Marvel comics.
Yeah, but the whole thing is Evil Steve basically saying like, hey, there's some people who hailed Hydra and they meant it. So when I come back, I might be a really big deal someday.
I don't understand. Like, if anything, I wish they honestly could have fixed like Evil Cap by saying it was the Cosmic Cube, and like combining, like even bringing back like, you know, the good Cap, and then just fusing the two to originally create him back to who he was before.
Yeah, and not having two Captain Americas.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but the real kicker is at the end, a bunch of prison guards, they come into his cell, push him against the wall, and one of them whispers Hail Hydra into his ear. The prison that he's held in is already Hydra infested. So I guess Nick Spencer is saying that it's coming, he's going to come back, watch out for my sequel, which will probably never come out, because I think Nick Spencer has like 0 Marvel titles in Legacy. I think the only title he's writing is like a parody book.
I mean, it's one of those things where you could just sit on it and wait for the right moment to introduce him. I feel like now everything that has led up to this point was useless.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Legacy because it looks like we're just ignoring that this happened. We're ignoring a bunch of things happened.
So what exactly is Legacy?
Legacy is just the kind of like the aftermath of this. Everyone during Generations, I guess, came back a changed person. Like from their adventures with their other halves or their other selves. They were like, hey, I learned a lesson from hanging out with my predecessor or something like that. And a bunch of writing staff is like changing up. I know Mark Waid's going to be on Captain America now. We're getting a few different changes, not only in just the Marvel superhero books, but also Star Wars is changing up, even though it's not related. But we are changing the Star Wars writers. Half of the Marvel Legacy books I'm like, I'll skip. A good number of them I'm like, passable. I'll check out the first issue. Especially the first Marvel Legacy issue, which is written by Jason Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah, Original Sin, Jane Foster Thor, all that stuff. Even like Mighty Thor 2, way back.
Wait a minute, is he writing that and, well, I guess like it's been showed in previews, but The Death of Jane Foster?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it would make sense for him to write that. Like,
yeah, because he's been doing Thor even before she was Thor. So he's the guy that actually had the whole like iron or metal arm for Thor way back when he looked like Odin. Like he came up with that plan way back then. So I'm interested to see what Marvel Legacy is going to be about.
So am I.
I know you broke up with Marvel
Yeah, me and Marvel are not doing too good.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like after Civil War 2, and I mean, also personal, like love for like Nova, and they cut him out. But like, I'm just starting to see, you only see him in Champions, and even then, it's just like, honestly, with DC doing as well as they doing, like I can just tell, like even hearing like everyone who had hype, like going on YouTube, listen to podcasters who had hype for like Secret Empire, and then halfway through they're just like, yeah, I don't like the direction this is taking. It's like the one time where we thought, okay, we know Marvel's trying to sell books, but your biggest event of the year, you flopped. It's like, I have to wait until like the Marvel Cinematic Universe ends until I can be able to see a good story.
Yeah.
And that's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a rumor that's been going around that Marvel might have to move offices from New York to California to be closer to Disney.
Oh, so Disney can have like their hands like in the comics?
Yeah, or at least put someone in charge, because right now the editor Axel Alonso, I don't know much about the guy, but the way he is running Marvel, it feels like he's got like a loose rein on everything.
Yeah, it's like I'm just collecting a paycheck right now.
Yeah.
I'm just told to wait things out until big changes happen.
Yeah.
So like every time, you come to work, he's always, chit-chatting with everybody in the coffee break room. Like you go and ask him about something, he's playing Galaga on the computer. Like you can't take this guy serious. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like him being a leader, you can see his leadership in these books.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how exactly he leads at Marvel, but he's definitely not acting like the face of Marvel. Like Joe Quesada, when he was editor-in-chief, you knew like Joe Quesada was like in there. He was like making you see him do his thing.
He was like Mickey Mouse walking around like, oh, I don't agree with this.
Yeah. So hopefully Marvel gets someone in charge, or someone who can actually lead the company in some kind of better direction. Because for the past 2 years, it's like just like downhill.
Yeah.
I know you got into Marvel like at the beginning of Only All Different, and then you just slowly started.
Like Marvel 2.0, there was even like books that were really good, but as I can see, I just started dropping from them because, like for instance, Invincible Iron Man started off good. Like what was it?
Back when it was like Bendis and what was his face? David Marquez?
Yes. But then like even like Marvel Now 2.0, like I was just like, okay, there's like maybe a handful of books, but all of them were literally like short runs. And it's like after that, it's like, yeah, everything just went to crap. I'm like, okay, Secret Empire is probably gonna be something that's good. I'm waiting till like 5 issues in, but like as everything Marvel do, it starts off good and then it flops. Like even Civil War 2, I was like, I'm just giving it a chance, and I stuck it through. And honestly, it was just like the returns for the investment didn't work out too well. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's probably the best plan for right now.
Yeah, like I'm 100% like I'm good.
But then Inhumans didn't turn out so well.
What, the TV show?
Yeah, maybe this is the first signs of.
Oh, wait, first of all, let's be honest here. Just trailers alone, you knew this was going to flop. For anyone who's not even a fan, like I'm not a fan of Inhumans. Like I feel like any character that is an Inhuman, they would be a mutant, but the only reason they're not is because like Marvel Studios don't have rights to X-Men. I mean, that doesn't exclude the fact that they're good characters, but at the same time, it's like you trying to shove in mutants down our throats, it's not going to work out well. And seeing them make this show, that was like the last straw.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have honestly thought like everything that was being put together for Inhumans was done by the same team who did Iron Fist.
It shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be it for our Secret Empire spoiler cast.
Sorry, Secret Empire. Like, you the comic book I wish I never knew.
Kinda, yeah. I'd say they definitely didn't put their foot in this.
No. From, like, I'm not drawn to it. The books I am drawn to are outside of, like, Marvel Comics. Like, Action Comics. You know, somebody pop it back up.
Oh, yeah. We don't have to do the thing.
Zod
like
without the D. And then reverse those 2 letters.
Yeah. Well, actually, we could just talk about that after this.
Okay, I guess we can.
Yeah, but for right now, that's going to be the end of this video. If you liked it, you might want to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Exactly. Tell your friends about it.
Tell your friends.
Tell your mama.
Let us know how you felt about it. Did you like Secret Empire? Were you that one guy? Did you hate Secret Empire? Are you all the people?
1%ers out there, I appreciate you.
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today. See you later.
Peace.